Today we are going to redo this bathroom. I'm going to give it a makeover just to give you a little bit of background on this bathroom. You can see that it's green. I love green. I'm even wearing a green shirt in honor of today's makeover. But when I painted this, the green looked really nice on the paint sample, but then it did not look nice in the bathroom. And I don't like it. I like this color green. I don't really like it in a bathroom. I painted it like 10 years ago and it was so annoying to paint in here. If you've painted a bathroom, you know how annoying it is to paint bathrooms. There's just so much taping and I don't know what it is. Bathrooms and kitchens are like my least favorite room to paint. Probably everybody's least favorite room to paint. I've hated this paint for over 10 years and I finally decided I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna just remodel this whole bathroom. It's our guest bathroom, so I don't use it that much and it's not like we have a ton of people over all the time, but I want it to be nice. So I'm gonna redo it. I haven't told my husband yet. He's probably gonna freak out because he hates anytime I do any kind of remodeling. This isn't gonna be remodeling though. It's just gonna be a facelift, a little bit of a makeover. Let's talk paint colors. I've got a lot of things I'm gonna do in here, from like decor to like the mirror. I've got you'll see it, I've got the builder grade mirror back there. I've got my light fixture that I hate, that's really old. I don't wanna buy a new one, so I've got an idea. Hopefully it's gonna work. And paint. I went to get a paint sample at my local hardware store and they just had this big book and I was like, okay, well the paint sample I want to take home is in this book. And she's like, well, you could just take the book home. Just give me a $25 deposit. So that's what I did. I never heard of that, but now I've got this whole book. Let's look at these colors. I already had picked out a color online, but online you just never know like the true color of something. But I need a specific color because, let me show you. I have this sink in here and I am not changing the sink. So this sink is like a bluish turquoisey color. One design tip that I do know is if you have something that you don't like a design feature in your home, then what you should do is take the color, take some inspiration from it, and then apply that, and it will look really intentional and almost like designer-like. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna find something that matches this color. So let me show you the color I picked. I'm going with this dark teal color. It is very dark. I'm a little bit nervous about it. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna look nice. It's gonna match with everything in here. It's gonna match with the sink. It's gonna match with the carpet. I think it's gonna be great, but it is dark. I hope it's not gonna be like another situation where I don't like it, because I know then I'm just gonna leave it for another decade and just deal with it. So I'm gonna go to the paint store tomorrow. I'm gonna get this paint and then we're gonna paint this. I'm gonna show you all the things I'm gonna do in here. I hope my husband's not mad about it. He just thinks that we're really busy and we don't need to spend our time redoing things in the house. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I was so excited for this makeover that I could barely sleep. I kept on thinking of things I could do, and then I was worried I'd forget about those things. Anyway, I woke up at 7. That's normal for me. And, while my coffee was brewing, I just decided to clean the baseboards and get a little prep work done on the bathroom just to get it ready for the painting. While I was taping, my husband heard me and he was like, "Why does it sound like tape?" I guess the giant paint sample book that I left on the counter wasn't enough of a hint. Anyway, I'm getting this whole thing taped up, and then my daughter and I will head to the hardware store to get the paint. I do feel like the paint is the main feature of this bathroom. I did go down this rabbit hole of wallpaper after I finished my prep work, and I was thinking maybe I could wallpaper the wall behind the toilet. I found this really pretty yellow peony wallpaper on Etsy, but then I talked myself out of it because it would have looked awesome, but it was going to be like $130 for this peel and stick wallpaper. And I really want this project to be for as little as possible. I don't want to spend a lot of money, and I also don't want to buy anything new if I can help it. So this rug that I have in here is from Interface. It's their floor line. They've got the carpet tiles, which I love. Just wanted to mention that. Okay, this paint is so gorgeous. While I was painting, the only word that came to my mind was luxurious. It feels like a luxurious color. And even though the bathroom's tiny and there are no windows in here, the paint did not make it feel smaller or anything. In fact, if anything, it made it feel larger.
Okay, I'm remembering why I hate painting bathrooms. I'm just doing under the sink here and it's taking forever, but I think I've got it. Let me just show you though. I painted these metal, I don't know if you can see this on camera. There's like these metal things that go to the wall. Do you see what I'm talking about? Those things down there? I think it's gonna look nicer than having those metal things just sticking out.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you guys to see this final product. Anyway, I'm putting these photos back up. These are from when I was little. They were in here before. I like the wood frames, and you'll see there's a method to my madness. You will see that in a second. So, funny story, while I was death cleaning my attic maybe last week, I found a painting that two of my kids had bought for me at a garage sale. But I noticed the painting had teal in it and a wood frame to match the other photos that I have in here. So, of course, I decided I needed to hang it up. It's just so cozy looking. I really do think that you can make every room of your home cozy just with like some little touches, even a bathroom. One way to immediately make your builder grade mirror look better is to frame it, but mine has these clips. So I scoured the internet to see how to frame a mirror with clips, and the consensus is you can swap the clips out for washers. Those will still keep the mirror in place, but then they'll lay flat so you can put the trim on top of it. I did that for the bottom ones, and then I discovered that the top holes were too far away from the mirror to make the washers effective, so I deep sixed that plan, and I'm just going to put the trim right on top of it. A lot of these mirrors are glued onto the wall, but mine isn't. And I could buy a new mirror, but remember, we're on a budget. I ended up buying some peel and stick trim that's arriving from Amazon, but it's running late. I know it would look better with real wood trim, but I wanted to get something I could cut and use without any tools and make sure that I like it. The one that I got comes in all kinds of widths, and you can use it to create molding and frames, and it's also paintable. I'm gonna put them up white. I think the contrast will look really nice in here. I could paint it the same color as my baseboards in here. I may do that later on. Okay, so this peel and stick trim is really malleable. You can just cut it to size with scissors. It was about $20. I wanted something that didn't require power tools. Okay, you guys, this montage here does not do my frustration justice. I could not figure out how to cut the 45-degree angle perfectly to make each piece match up. And I barely had any room for error because of how much material I ordered. In fairness, the directions did say that they recommended angle cutters, but I thought that I could do it with scissors. I thought I could eyeball it. I actually thought my kids had a protractor, and they did, but of course I can't find it. If you're good with crafts and angles, then I think this peel and stick would be good, but apparently cutting angles is a serious weak spot that I have. What I should have done instead, I'm sorry to say, I simply should have ordered a new larger mirror for the bathroom and gotten rid of this one. I was trying to salvage it. I don't know, I may do that still. If you don't look too closely, the frame looks okay. It does look better than it did, but I totally messed up one of the corners and there's nothing I can do about it. I don't have any trim left.
Okay, the bathroom is done. But before we go into it, I have one final addition, and I know I said I wasn't going to buy anything new. I was a little bit bad. I went on Target.com. I had this vision. I mentioned before about the wood frames, and I liked wood, and I wanted to bring some wood into the bathroom. I feel like wood helps make spaces cozy, especially like a bathroom. It's kind of hard to make cozy. I really enjoyed this wood garbage can that I found on Target, and I really love how it looks in the room. It's also making me want to get like a wood framed mirror. I'm not going to do it. I already bought that peel and stick stuff, unfortunately, but maybe sometime soon I'll get the mirror. But I am going to add this. I think it ties the whole thing in really well. I really like this. I think it's like the only thing I'm going to have in the bathroom in terms of like furniture or decor. So I went for it. Okay, you ready to see the final product?
Okay, so here is the before. If you remember, this is, the light green color. It just did not look good in this dark bathroom here. And here's the after. I love this bathroom so much now. Even my 7-year-old, who really doesn't have any opinions too much on design, said it looked really fancy. My other son said it didn't even feel like it was part of our house. I'm telling you, this color is to die for. I would say don't be afraid to use color in your home to really personalize it. Don't be afraid to use dark colors, even in small rooms or dark rooms. I know it feels counterintuitive, but it works. Thank you so much for watching. The final cost here was just under $92. If you want to see another makeover, head over to my closet makeover. That was a project.